A hearing to impeach Governor Nixon gets underway.
A Florida middle schooler stabs a classmate, breaking windows, all for a nap in a museum. And the public gives its 2 cents on Columbia's transit system.
And I'm looking at some rains moving into the area and a stormy Thursday ahead. We'll talk about it. KOMU News at noon starts now.
The impeachment of Governor Nixon. A Missouri House committee is exploring 3 different measures with that goal in mind. Good afternoon. I'm Angie Bailey. KOMU-8's Jen Lask is in Jefferson City right now, where the proceedings have just gotten underway. Jen?
I'm outside the Capitol building where that hearing is just getting underway. Angie, as you just said, we're looking at 3 separate issues here. Nixon's decision to allow same-sex couples who married legally in other states to file joint tax returns in Missouri, the amount of time Nixon took to call a special election to fill open seats, and Nixon's refusal to fire state officials who were involved with the Revenue Department's decision last year to scan driver's license applicants' personal documents into a computer system. Now, as I said, that meeting is just getting underway, led mainly by House Republicans, and it's a move that Governor Nixon has called some sort of show. We'll bring you updates on how this meeting went later this afternoon at 5 and then this evening at 6. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Jen Lask, KOMU-8 News.
Meanwhile, members of the Columbia Transit Commission got feedback from the public this morning on Columbia's bus system. Public Transit Advisory Commission members rode the bus with community members to experience that ride for themselves. Members say the hours the bus operate is the biggest concern for the riders they heard from. But to extend the hours, money from the bus system has to go up. Some operational problems were brought up during the ride as well.
Making sure we're doing our call-outs, which is announcing major intersections so that our customers actually know where they're oriented on the route, especially for those that might be sight impaired. So there's a lot of great things that you learn when you get out there and ride the bus with your customers.
Commission members plan to ride each bus route until KOMU Connect starts up this fall. Now in your national news, Florida reports a stabbing at a middle school. Authorities say an 11-year-old at the school called Chain of Lakes Middle School stabbed another student in the chest. The 15-year-old victim, they don't know what the condition is right now. Police say it happened this morning as the two got off a bus. Someone was a little sleepy this morning. Overnight, Memphis police officers at the National Civil Rights Museum found a man who broke in just to take a nap. Museum security officers heard glass breaking and went to check out the area. They soon found smashed windows on the 2nd floor. Memphis police found a man lying in a bed of one of the motel rooms asleep. Officers won't release the man's name, but he's allegedly charged with vandalism, which is a felony. Another General Motors vehicles under investigation. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is looking into a report that the emergency braking system on the 2014 Chevy Impalas activated multiple times without any warning. The drivers say in one instance, the Impala was going 40 miles an hour when the brake activated, causing a big accident. Miraculously, no one was hurt. The investigation is unrelated to GM's recent recall regarding defective ignition switches. Close to 61,000 of the Impalas are out there on the road. The IRS hands out millions to its own employees who are breaking federal laws. According to a new report by the Treasury Inspector General, in 2011 and 2012, more than 1,100 IRS employees got bonuses within a year of that employee having substantiated federal tax compliance problems. The report says the IRS handed out $2.8 million in bonuses to employees with the issues, including giving more than $1 million to those who didn't pay their federal taxes. And these employees didn't just get bonuses. Employees with tax problems got more than 10,000 hours of paid time off, and some were even given permanent raises. Well, a long-term plan is in store for the search of Flight 370. Malaysia's acting transport minister says search operations for the MH370 are at a critical juncture. Hishammuddin Hussain says Malaysia is already talking with private companies about using more underwater search vessels. He says if the Bluefin 21 mini submarine currently in use fails to make a breakthrough in the next few days, search teams may completely rethink the search strategy. And as far as we know, authorities in Malaysia say they have not received any confirmation that the so-called material of interest that washed ashore in Australia is from the missing flight. Hussain says crews are working diligently for the families to try to find their loved ones.
What is more important is that the search continues, and this is an assurance that we will give to the families of the passengers.
That jetliner disappeared more than 7 weeks ago with 239 people on board, and so far searches both on the surface and below the ocean and the southern Indian Ocean have turned up nothing. It's cooling off out there, and it looks like the clouds are moving in. Kenton, are we in store for some rain today?
Andrew, we do have a little bit of rain in the area for our Wednesday here, but not a lot. As we take a look here at our satellite and radar, you can see a lot of it is to the north of I-70. There's a few sprinkles right along I-70 in the Columbia region, the ground at least to the south of I-70, just because of how dry we are. And as we take a look at our live Doppler first alert radar, you can see getting rid of those clouds here. Still rain already today for your day. Otherwise, around the area, mostly just cloud cover in the area. Again, a lot of this not hitting the ground just because our atmosphere is so dry at this time. Looking at temperatures around the area, 61 in Boonville, Columbia, and also 63 in Jefferson City, 62 in Versailles. Warsaw is at 70s already. It's going to be a very nice day for most of us. 57 still in Brunswick, though, as they warm up to their 60-degree temperatures. Looking at our 24-hour temperature difference, we are getting a little bit warmer, about 2 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago, and that is thanks to a warm front that's moving its way right on in. We will eventually get to a high temperature of 72 this afternoon, and it's going to be partly sunny out there with winds from the southeast about 10 to 25 miles an hour. And as we head overnight, it's going to be a warmer night, and then we have showers and thunderstorms moving into the area. I'll talk in depth about that coming up in just a little bit.
A deadly MU apartment complex balcony collapse. See what it took to get simple questions answered following that fatal collapse. That's later on KOMU-8 News at noon.
Track storms wherever you are on your phone or tablet. Download the free KOMU-8 weather app today.
Next, all new Katie. Class is in session. We're revealing money mistakes you're making with your kids.
You call it a commission, not an allowance.
It is okay for a child to learn to work.
Plus, how to raise money-savvy kids at any age. Then, actor Dominic Monaghan is here. Amazing animals from his adventure reality series.
Bring in the toad.
Plus, from the exotic to a weekend getaway, unique vacation spots on any budget.
I'd like to go to all these places.
Next, Katie.
KD, today at 2 on KOMU-8.
If you haven't been to Compton's Liquidation Center, then you don't know savings. The store is big, 4 acres under one roof. Compton's Liquidation Center is the low price leader with prices of half or less than the retail stores. Ashley Furniture, Sutherland Mattresses, LG Appliances, name brand clothing, home decor, toys, and so much more. Inventory and specials that change every week. Don't wait to check out the savings at Compton's Liquidation Center in Macon and Smithville.
Wouldn't it be great if accidents and illnesses happened on our schedule? Since they don't, Broadway Urgent Care is here for you. The experienced physicians at Broadway Urgent Care are ready to meet all of your urgent medical care needs on a daily, walk-in basis. No appointment is necessary. From broken bones and strains to respiratory infections and physicals, Broadway Urgent Care provides the treatment you need on your schedule. Quality care, close to home, every day. Broadway Urgent Care, taking care of life's little urgencies at Broadway and Stadium, Columbia.
It's raining savings right now at Joe Machens Fiat. April showers have sprung up super discounts, up to 33% off a new Fiat 500. Just $12,999 puts you in this great car. 0% financing plus no payments until fall. Or go topless in a new Fiat 500 Pop Cabrio. Just $18,999 plus 0%, 0 down, and under $300 a month. And a must-see, the hot new larger Fiat 500L. Joe Machens Fiat, 500 Vandiver, and 24/7 FiatUSAofColumbia.com.
Well, it's 12:09 here on your Wednesday. Welcome back to KOMU-8 News at noon. Here's a live look over the Columbia Regional Airport on our first alert weather cam. Plenty of clouds in the sky. Definitely a cloudy day for us. And we're also seeing just a bit of a breeze out there as well. The camera's moving around just a little bit. But as we head back in the studio here, and let's take a look at our live Doppler first alert radar. You can see we do have a little bit of rain in the area. Not a lot here, just a few showers down here in the Sedalia area. Otherwise, Moberly, you're seeing a little bit of rain right now, as well as Higbee and Fayette, most likely here in your areas. But this is moving off towards the east, and it will be out of there, I would say, within the next hour or so. And then you should remain mostly dry throughout the day, but you can see up in the Lawson area, just a little bit more rain moving out. So we'll keep an eye on that for you and let you know. Otherwise, this afternoon, most of us just going to remain mostly cloudy. Not everyone's going to be seeing the rain today. A lot of us are going to remain remain dry for our entire day today. 72 for our high temperature. And it's going to be a bit breezy out there, though. Winds are going to be about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 at some points this afternoon. So the winds are going to be on a rise, and you can see these heavier winds over to the west, and they are moving towards the east right into our direction. So we are expecting a little bit more of a breeze as we head into our afternoon. Looking at our big picture for our day today, we're going to be seeing partly cloudy skies out there, and these southerly winds are going to be warming us up for a day, which is why we're able to get into those lower 70s for our high temperatures. Now, all the way from Nebraska all the way down to Texas, they have a chance for some severe weather today, and that same system that's over there is going to be moving over into our direction as we head into our day tomorrow. On our Thursday, it's actually going to arrive right around the time of sunrise tomorrow morning, and then it's going to end right around sunset tomorrow night. So it's a pretty much sunrise to sunset storm system moving into our area. And while it's going to be severe today in their area, by the time it gets to us tomorrow, most of the severe part of the system will be out of it. We will still be seeing thunderstorms and heavy rain at times, but we're not going to be seeing severe thunderstorms. So we're not expecting tornadoes, not expecting large hail, and not expecting damaging winds. But we are probably going to see some lightning and hear some thunder with this, and definitely see some heavy rain with this as well. The heaviest rain is looking to fall right now into the afternoon hours. So I would say between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., that's when we can see the most rainfall tomorrow. And then it's going to clear out of here pretty quick here tomorrow evening. Then as we head into your Friday, that cold front moves right on through, and we're actually going to be just a little bit warmer here on our Friday than we are on our Thursday. And we're going to be seeing plenty of sun out there, and those southerly winds are going to help us with our warm-up. As we look at our precipcast here, well, let's illustrate out again one more time just what this big picture was showing you. You can see the clouds moving out, or I guess out and then back in here for our overnight hours. Then here's 8 a.m. tomorrow, right around your sunrise, a little bit after that actually, some showers moving into the area. Then as we head throughout your afternoon, that's still continuing, and at 5 p.m. here, the bulk of our rain is hitting us, and again, a few scattered thunderstorms mixed in there as well. Nothing severe, though, expected, remember. Then that's moving out of here very quick, and by 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow night, we're going to be seeing just some mostly to partly cloudy skies out there. Looking at our raincast, what we can expect from this, we're seeing about a half of an inch to about an inch in most areas to the north, and a little bit less than that as you head down to the south. But pretty much all of us can expect a little bit of rain, at least in the area tomorrow. Overnight tonight, 55 degrees for our low temperature, cloudy skies out there, a pretty warm night for us really. And then the next few days here, 76 on your Friday with plenty of sun out there, and then cooling down just a little bit as we head into our weekend with another chance for rain as we head into next week.
It's that spring forecast. A little bit of rain, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of rain.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kenton. Well, efforts to cover the university's response to the collapse at University Village has been an exercise in frustration when trying to get high-level officials to sit down and answer questions about what happened. Those officials have repeatedly dodged attempts for on-camera interviews, hiding behind a media relations wall that seems focused on keeping reporters as far from campus leaders as possible. KOMU-8's William Joy walks us through the barriers the university has put up when we start asking questions about University Village.
Each time we've needed to get information on University Village, we've been directed to MU spokesperson Christian Basie. But when we've talked to Basie, who serves as a middleman between reporters and actual experts on campus, he hasn't known the answers to a lot of our questions and has suggested we need to talk to other people to get the information.
I don't have the details on that. Yeah, that's beyond what I know. And we'd have to talk with someone else.
KOMU-8 News has requested interviews with 10 different people associated with residential life and maintenance on the apartments to help answer our questions. But each time, the departments refused to answer, saying all interviews had to go through the MU News Bureau, sending us back to Basie, who eventually told us by email the only two individuals speaking about University Village would be him and the chancellor. We preferred to speak to Chancellor Lofton, but when we tried, Basie told us he'd only be available on March 28, during spring break when nearly all of our student reporters were gone, or we'd have to wait until after graduation, 2 months away. That once again brought us back to Basie as the only person who would speak to us on camera. But Basie canceled our interview because he wouldn't give him a list of questions in advance, a practice that's both against KOMU-8 News policy and not usually done by journalists. But MU hasn't just limited comment from its own employees. Each time we've asked BASE to speak to TH&H, the contractor hired to investigate the collapse and inspect university buildings, BASE told us,
you'll have to ask them. They are external to the university. That is one of the reasons why we hired them.
But when we reached out on our own to TH&H, they told us they had just gotten off the phone with BASE and that we should contact him because the university would handle all of the company's future statements. We then turned to the state's open records law to help us get university emails to fill in the gaps from the lack of interviews, but the UM Systems Records Department told us our request would cost more than $5,000 to get. Even after revising as the department asked, the cost was still more than $2,700. Finally, the department agreed to give us 4 hours of time in exchange for $75, but left us well short of our actual request. But we're not the only ones concerned about the lack of information.
The public has a reasonable expectation that people at those institutions will give them information, will speak, and will talk to the media because that's one of the important ways that information gets out to the public. So when those avenues for information are shut down, the public doesn't get the information that it needs, might not get the complete picture on something, and that is a problem.
With no chance for interviews, the only way for us to get more information from the university is to pay the large price tag. William Joy, KOMU-8 News, Columbia.
And the Records Department has started to provide additional information and work with KOMU, but says the emails we received account for less than 1% of our total requests. BASE remains unwilling to talk and continues to say all other university representatives are declining to speak as well. The closed nature of the university's handling of the tragedy goes beyond just interview requests. Even when MU held an open forum on graduate housing following the collapse, the media was not allowed in.
Wow, folks, growing pains are some of the toughest pains there are in business, and we are growing like crazy. We've had to rent multiple warehouses just to keep up. Some were set up on a month-to-month basis, and unfortunately, I'm losing 2 of our warehouses to permanent tenants. I don't have anywhere else to move this siding to, so I have to liquidate. If you have a favorite color and it's still in stock, you can save big. Call now.
The Y107 dollar bill swap is back. Find a dollar with 1069 in the serial number in consecutive order. Then listen weekdays at 7:20, 11:20, and 3:20 for your chance to swap your dollar for $107. You could even triple your money on Thursdays. Find out more at Y107.com. It's the Y107 dollar bill swap on your #1 hit music station. Y107.
See those cool gadgets and that sleek TV? Well, now get the technology you need to power them at a great price from CenturyLink. Your link to Prism TV with over 140 channels of sports, movies, local news, you name it. And up to 20 megs of super fast internet for less than $85 a month for 6 months. And when you bundle both, you'll save over $600 a year. CenturyLink Prism TV offers you a whole home DVR that lets you watch and record multiple shows at once, and a wireless set-top box that lets you put your TV virtually anywhere. CenturyLink Prism replaces cable and satellite. So call 855-245-9238 to bundle both and save over $600 a year. Call 855-245-9238 today. CenturyLink Prism. The future is here.
Did you realize beef prices are soaring? The supply for beef is down, but demand's still high. As NBC's Jill Johnson explains, a different side, because not only are we as consumers struggling, retailers are too, and all the while cattlemen are enjoying a payoff.
Life is good at Sioux Falls Regional Livestock.
The feeder cattle prices are all-time highs, fat cattle prices are all-time highs. Like I say, it's strictly supply and demand.
Demand for beef is at an all-time high, mainly because years of drought have cut herds to their lowest levels in more than 60 years.
Our numbers are lower now than they were in the 1950s.
That means livestock producers are getting paid.
The fat cattle, is a pretty good rule of thumb, around $1.50 a pound.
But that also means it's coming out of someone else's pocket. In February, the cost of USDA choice grade beef reached a record retail price of $5.28 per pound, compared to nearly $5 at the same time last year and nearly $4 in 2008. That's the highest price for beef since 1987.
It's a pretty significant jump. You know, when you're dealing with selling meat by price per pound, and you know we have to butcher it and take some loss on trim, and that can add up real fast.
General Manager Tyler Honke at Cleavers in Sioux Falls says even though the price of beef costs more, in order to stay competitive, they're the ones taking a hit.
We try and keep our prices at the same cost so our customers don't have to kind of watch things jump up and down.
Because they try to keep their prices down, they don't expect to see a hit in the number of customers walking through their doors.
Grilling season's grilling season. People, they want to get out regardless.
And in the next few months, we'll see just how much consumers are willing to pay for that rising beef price. Work or all play, NYPD has some commentary on its own Twitter, how officers think PR is making a mistake. That's up next on KOMU-8 News at noon.
Hurry in for the final days of Furniture Row's special purchase sale. Hundreds of great new looks, all at special savings. Get 4 years interest-free and a free HD TV with Blu-ray. Plus, enter to win a European vacation package. Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Introducing Zerona, the first FDA-cleared laser treatment to remove fat without surgery, pain, or recovery time. Zerona's proven technology empties your fat cells and reduces them to a smaller size. Listen to what an actual patient has to say.
In 9 Zerona sessions, I lost 3.9 inches of fat, 2.5 being in my hips and my thighs. I was so excited with the results.
Call now to schedule your free consultation.
Insurance companies are out to make a profit. Our job is to make sure they do the right thing. They have contracts. They have entered a contract to provide certain coverages. So if you're injured and it's one of their insured drivers, they're going to owe you money. One of the really unfortunate things is sometimes it's your own insurance company. You have coverages, they don't tell you about it, you weren't aware of it, but we're going to make sure that we read all the insurance agreements. You better have an experienced legal team working on your side, and that's exactly what you'll get here.
Do you have Stover all over? Anything else is less than the best. Whether you're looking for carpet, hardwood, the new super comfortable unique tile, or Hunter Douglas window treatments, the look people are looking for is available at Stover's Flooring and Drapery in Columbia. Family owned for over 50 years, Stover's has built an impeccable reputation for service and quality. Call for an appointment or come see Stover's today. Remember, when it's time to remodel, it's your time to Stover all over.
It's been a long winter. Now it's out with the cold and in with outdoor living. Many styles and combinations to choose from. In stock, on sale. Only at Oak Express, inside Furniture Row.
To tweet or not to tweet for the New York City Police Department, that seems to be the question. A Twitter-based PR move seemed like a good idea at the time, but NBC's Gus Rosendahl found out some of the posts weren't exactly what the NYPD wanted.
Times Square may be one of the most photographed parts of town. People will take photos of just about anything or anyone. The police are a popular backdrop, and the NYPD wanted to capitalize on these displays of goodwill. It is not going to plan.
There's nothing wrong with the hashtag. Hashtag. But when you abuse the hashtag, then that's the problem.
On its Twitter account, the NYPD has been soliciting people to post pictures of smiling citizens and cops along with the hashtag MyNYPD. And there have been lots of cheerful entries like these.
Most of the time, I really appreciate our law enforcement.
But there have also been thousands of posts like these. MyNYPD alongside photos of cops making arrests, struggling with people in cuffs. A lot of the pics appear to be from around the time of Occupy Wall Street.
The mother of my daughter is a cop, police officer. So I don't have a problem against police. I have a problem against crooked police.
A department spokesperson says the NYPD is creating new ways to communicate effectively with the community. Twitter provides an open forum for an uncensored exchange. And this is an open dialogue good for our city.
That's the worst thing ever for NYPD. I mean, it's like embarrassment totally.
That hashtag quickly became a trending topic and got responses from around the world. Now let's send it over to Teague for a look at today's red carpet report.
Hey everyone, I'm Teague Julie-Pinko. Let's take a look at what's buzzing in Hollywood. First, some breaking baby news. Actress Drew Barrymore and hubby Will Kopelman welcomed a baby girl into the world Tuesday. Frankie Barrymore Kopelman is the name. This is the couple's second child as they already have 1-year-old daughter, Olive. And in other baby news, Prince George is being recognized in an Australian suburb. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge unveiled a plaque to commemorate the naming of a square in the suburb Elizabeth after their son, Prince George. Prince George was not at the event, however. He has been staying with a nanny for many of his parents' official visits on their 10-day tour of Australia and New Zealand. Prince George is 9 months old as of Tuesday. And it was a rock star grand opening to a homeless shelter in the city of brotherly love. Bon Jovi cut the ribbon on a new $16 million affordable housing development that he helped build in the Francisville neighborhood. Bon Jovi has long been an advocate for affordable housing in urban areas. With his donation to the project that bears his initials, many who were once homeless in Philadelphia have a place to call home. And that's it for your Red Carpet Report.
Got spring on your mind? At Slumberland, everything spring is on sale. A new splash of color.
I've been thinking that I can't stop thinking about you.
Or something crisp and white. Think spring at Slumberland. New looks, new ideas.
April showers have it raining cash at Joe Mockins Mazda. Discounts up to $7,500. Rates as low as 0%. Get payments as low as $159 per month and up to 41 MPG with Mazda. And drawing raves, the all-new Mazda 3 and Mazda 6. See the whole lineup while it's raining cash. Come test drive a Mazda today at Joe Mockins Mazda, 500 Vandiver, Columbia, or 24/7 JoeMockinsMazda.com.
Put a trip to Vintage Hill Farm at the top of your list for your gardening this spring. Vintage Hill offers 1,600 varieties of annuals, tropicals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. They have the best new plants as well as old-fashioned favorites. A dazzling collection of hanging baskets and containers will add instant beauty to your outdoor living space. Beginning gardeners and plant connoisseurs alike are welcome at Vintage Hill Farm, 6 miles northwest of the Boonville Bridge on Highway 87.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, ask yourself this. Do I really want to get the most money possible for my injuries? If the answer is yes, call us.
We'll make it easy. We'll come to you. We'll get your side of the story and start working on your case today.
I just called, and they worked hard to make sure that I got every dollar I deserved.
You'll be working directly with a lawyer, and you don't even have to leave your house. We'll come to you.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, we get results. Call us. It's just that easy.
At Slumberland, spring is in and everything's on sale. Like something sleek for sleep.
I've been thinking that I can't stop thinking about you.
Pay no interest for 3 years. Slumberland, new looks, new ideas.
Hey everyone, welcome back to KOMU News at Noon. It is 12:27 right now, and let's take a quick look at our weather once again. Looking at our radar, we are seeing up in Moberly a little bit of rain in that area, Fayette and Higbee as well in this way, but it's not looking too bad. Otherwise, 72 degrees this afternoon for your high temperature, and as we look at our hometown forecast for tonight, we're going to be down into those mid-50s, and our temperature trend for the next few days is looking pretty good as well. A nice Friday for us, 76 and sunny.
Looks good. All right, thanks, Kent. And a slippery rescue to treat injured seals. That's what one rehab facility is doing. A staff member says they had to fight for the lives of every seal they have. A seal that arrived in mid-March was spotted on thin ice by a ship. The center opened about a year ago at a popular seaside resort. Last year, the center took in 5 seals. This year, it's already taken in more than 2 dozen. You don't see seals all that often, that's for sure.
Don't.
Oh, there's the seal food. I was like, what's that? That's fish. That's fish.
Oh, look at them crawling around.
They're pretty cute. They have those big eyes. Anything with really big eyes is probably going to be
like
pretty
a big
cute.
nose, too.
Maybe. If you're an animal. Thanks so much for joining us.
Have a good day. Access Hollywood's next.
Yeah.
It's super simple. Sign and drive. It's never been easier than now to walk in, pick a car, pick a payment, sign, and drive. An award-winning Chevy Malibu, $249 a month, or a Chevy Cruze, $226 a month. At Bob McCosh, we want to be your hero by giving you zero. That's zero security deposit, zero down payment, and zero first payment. Find new roads to #1 business loop in Columbia. Chevrolet makes the car and truck. Bob McCosh makes the difference.
I'm attorney Karen Bill. Before you hire someone to help with your Social Security disability claim, ask if the firm is local. Ask if your case will be handled by an attorney. Ask if your attorney will meet with you before the day of your hearing. Better yet, just ask for the law offices of Karen Bill. Social Security disability is all I do.
Call the law offices of Karen Bill. Toll free 1-800-569-1999.
Watch Dr. Oz, weekdays at 3 on KOMU-8.
Had it for 7 years.
Columbia and Chicago. Depart at 6 a.m. and arrive back home at 7:45 p.m. in time to watch the local news.
Columbia Regional Airport.
There is nothing I do not love about a burger. Nothing.
Rachel, you're killing me with this. It is so good.
It was so great to see you make your patty melts here today, too, though, so right back at you. Burger for burger.
I love it.
It is so great being with all three of you guys in the kitchen. It's terrific. And I'm so thrilled that you're now a part of the Food Network family, too.
Good to be part of the family.
It's great. So, thank you to all of our guests, the two doctors, Dr. Ian and the one and only Dr. Phil. Thanks to our audience for participating and asking the speed round questions, and for you guys for hanging out with us at home today. We'll see you when we see everybody. Bye-bye.
It's been a long winter. Now it's out with the cold and in with outdoor living. Many styles and combinations to choose from. In stock, on sale. Only at Oak Express, inside Furniture Row.
Kick off summer 10 pounds lighter. And be beach ready by Memorial Day with the Made Diet.
In order to get into that bathing suit, I'm gonna give you a secret weapon.
I need that weapon.
The Made Diet is gonna help you lose 10 pounds in 1 month.
The winning formula to help you lose weight
all month long.
Yay!
So by the time summer comes, you'll be dancing around.
Can't wait. All new Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz, today at 3 on KOMU-8.
With April showers, it's raining cash at Joe Mockins Mazda Mitsubishi Fiat. Drive a new Fiat for just $12,999. New cars at used car prices. And check out the new, larger Fiat 500L. Mitsubishi rebates up to $4,500 and interest rates as low as 0%. Or take home a new Mazda with up to $7,500 in discounts. More for your trade. We will get you approved. And the most pre-owned in the Midwest. It's raining cash at Joe Mockins Mazda Mitsubishi Fiat. 500 Vandiver, Columbia. Mockins.com.
The deals just got even better at Furniture Row. For 6 days only, get 60 months no interest. Complete your room in style with a Dream Deal package and get a free HD TV. Hurry in. This amazing offer ends Wednesday, April 30th. Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
I have no choice. They say we have to be gone, we have to be gone. Where I'm going, I don't know.
The city kicks people out of Providence Inn. The Boone County Fire Protection Department takes action to help with the southeast with destruction. And air search for the missing Malaysian flight is now over.
We have more showers moving in. We'll talk about it. KOMU News at noon starts now.
One resident who says he's been living at the Providence Suites in Columbia for about 3 years, and now the city is telling everyone to get out. Good afternoon, I'm Angie Bailey. KOMU-8's Maddie Heidenreich's live from the apartment complex with the details right now.
This morning I watched as residents moved out and packed up their vehicles. Some people already have moved out. If you look at the room behind me, you can tell that they have packed up and already left. Now, these people that I talked to today, some of the current employees at the inn, say that the city will inspect all the rooms on Friday. The employees also say they were told there could be a new owner of the property if the city decides to approve the contract. The announcement to close this motel comes after a 16-year-old girl who was found dead in a room last month. And many people who have lived in the motel for months and even years say the problems and calls to the police don't come from them.
These were people that was just here for a day or two, but they never got a call from long-term residents as far as disturbance or whatnot. But we're paying the price of eviction because of people that don't even live here.
I don't like depending on nobody, but I've got to now. This is so hard. So hard.
I called the city of Columbia today to find out more plans for the future of this inn. They have not returned my call as of right now, but once they do, we will go ahead and give that information to everyone. Reporting live in Columbia, Maddie Heidenreich, KOMU-8 News.
Thanks, Maddie. In other news, 3 people from Missouri are in Arkansas helping with disaster relief. KOMU-8's Ben Wilson joins us in the studio now with more details.
Thanks, Angie. The 3 Missourians were tapped to be part of a federal incident support team in the wake of disastrous storms in the Arkansas region. One of the Missourians in Arkansas is Doug Westhoff of the Boone County Fire Protection Department. In addition to serving as the department's assistant chief, Westhoff is also the program manager of Missouri Task Force 1. Members of the department say he brings years of experience to the federal support team.
You know, it's an asset for them, and it's also our asset that we have experienced people like that on the task force as well on Boone County Fire that can work at that level with.
Now, that federal incident support team could be deployed in Arkansas for up to 2 weeks. It really just depends on how much relief is needed in the area.
Okay, thanks so much. KOMU Care's annual Healthy Bottom Diaper Drive is in full swing. All 3 Columbia Walmart locations, Veterans United, Landmark Bank, Shelter Insurance, and Green Meadows Preschool will all have bins that you can donate diapers in. Most of the needed sizes are between 4 and 6. It ends on May 10th. That's the day before Mother's Day. For each of the locations and more information about KOMU Care's annual Healthy Bottom Diaper Drive, you can visit KOMU.com. Her courage and bravery helped her survive a concentration camp. Columbia College will host Hilda Lebanon. She was separated from her family and taken to the Auschwitz camp in Poland during World War II. Lebanon will share her courageous story of how she fled the camp on foot in 1994, and she's called St. Louis home ever since. She'll speak at Columbia's College Dorsey Hall this afternoon at 3:30. The overhead search for Malaysian Flight 370 is now called off. Navy officials pulled 2 planes from the search. Officials say the underwater hunt will be expanded to include a larger part of the ocean floor. Reports show there is little to no chance any debris from the plane is still afloat, but searchers continue looking into wreckage spotted in the Bay of Bengal. On to a disturbing story out of Oklahoma now. Officials had inmate Clayton Lockett being put to death for the murder of a 19-year-old woman, but something went wrong. NBC's Janet Shamblin has that story.
Lockett was set to be executed using a new experimental cocktail of 3 drugs. The execution began at 6:23 p.m. when prison officials administered the first drug, a sedative, to Lockett.
At that time, we began pushing the second and third drugs in the protocol. There was some concern at that time that the drugs were not having the effect.
This is the first time. Courtney Francisco of NBC station KFOR, witnessing the execution along with other reporters, said prison officials declared Lockett unconscious at 6:33 p.m. But over the next 6 minutes, eyewitnesses said Lockett still appeared conscious and was struggling.
One of the things he said was something's wrong. He said man at one point. He kept trying to raise up.
Then eyewitnesses said prison officials closed off their window into the chamber, putting Lockett's execution on hold.
It sounds as if the vein stopped working after the first drug was given, so that the paralysis and the medication to stop the heart, they just never worked.
Prison officials said Lockett suffered a massive heart attack and died at 7:06 p.m. Lockett's lawyer, who initially sued the state for refusing to disclose details about the execution drugs, said prison officials are to blame.
They wanted to hurry up and get it done with as little transparency as possible. This is what they get.
In a statement, Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin called for, quote, a full review of Oklahoma's execution procedures and ordered the execution of a second death row inmate, Charles Warner, to be delayed for 14 days.
In a statement, the Oklahoma governor called for a full review of Oklahoma's execution procedures and ordered the execution of a second death row inmate to be delayed for 14 days. Well, the federal minimum wage takes center stage in Washington today. President Obama's fresh look at his week-long trip to Asia will push for an increase from $7.25 to $10.10. Democrats appear to be making this an election year issue, while conceding they probably don't have the votes. A long-shot procedural vote is scheduled in the Senate today. Republicans have come out against it. Cold drive off out there again today, Kenton. Doesn't feel much like spring, maybe early spring at the best, because it is a cold day out there. Is it sticking around, Kenton?
That's exactly right, Angie. It's not feeling much like spring out there, and today's the last day of April, actually. So April showers eventually will be moving out, but we're going to start May a little bit dreary as well. Looking at our satellite and radar right now, actually, we are seeing a few scattered showers starting to work their way back into the area. Most of us just seeing some clouds out there right now, but we are having a big chance for precipitation, though, expected. Then temperature-wise right now, almost into the 50s for most of us. 49 in Columbia, 50 in Jefferson City, 53 in Boonville. Moberly, you were at 50 right now, and Brunswick is at 57. Sedalia, you are at 50 right now as well. 15 miles an hour from the west are our winds here in Columbia. 20 miles an hour, though, in Kansas City. We are going to be seeing winds about 15 to 20 miles an hour throughout our day today, maybe even gusting a little bit above that at some points. And so even though we're going to see a high temperature right into the lower 50s today, we are going to be feeling a little bit cooler than that with our rain, with our clouds, and also with our winds out there. But coming up, I'll explain the next week to you and when we can finally start to see some sun and some warmer temperatures.
Speaking of rain, thunder, and lightning, severe weather still hasn't calmed in the southeast. Stick around for our weather update. We'll tell it to you in 4 minutes.
Always know what's coming ahead of the storm. Download the free KOMU-8 weather app today.
All new Dr. Phil. She claims her dad molested her.
You said you wanted to be here to confront him.
Chris had gotten me high, and he said, well, I think it's time that you knew what making love was.
Bull. Did you get her high?
Yeah, I did.
Chris is facing years in prison.
You just not even care.
Really? I care about my family.
Then why are you doing this to your family?
Because I want justice.
All new Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Today at 4 on KOMU-8.
Taste what's new at Kobe Japanese Steakhouse and Sushi Bar. Enjoy the show with brilliantly trained hibachi chefs while they grill your favorite meal. Or watch the master sushi chef as he uses his expertise to create Kobe special rolls. Plus, our lunch menu is ideal for those who want a healthy meal at a reasonable price. Don't forget Kobe's specialty drinks for a unique happy hour. Whether you're celebrating a family event, meeting friends for lunch, or just out for a magical evening, make it special, make it Kobe.
Before you know it, tomorrow is here. So we don't just build cars for today, we also build them for tomorrow. The Mitsubishi Outlander Sport Limited Edition, an IIHS top safety pick, with advanced all-wheel control and a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty.
Outlander, starting at just $179 per month. See Joe Mockins Mitsubishi, 500 Vandiver, Columbia, or 24/7 JoeMockinsMitsubishi.com.
Rolling into mid-Missouri for the second time, say hello to the second annual Hello Baby Expo. Designed for new parents, parents-to-be, and babies too. Learn how to get your baby started right. Find hands-on fun for you and your little one. Shop for specialty items and helpful services. And enter to win great prizes. Presented by the Columbia Daily Tribune and the baby experts at Boone Hospital Center. Saturday, June 14th at the Holiday Inn Expo Center, Columbia. More information at ColumbiaTribune.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to KOMU News at Noon. Thank you for joining us here on your Wednesday. Here's a live look over Highway 63 in Columbia. You can see definitely some clouds in the skies. The camera is shaking a little bit out there as well. We have a bit of a breeze, and we're going to be seeing a few spotty showers throughout our day today. Again, with those spotty showers, we're going to see high temperatures eventually getting into those lower 50s, about 52 for our high temperatures. But with our clouds, with our rain, and even with these northwest winds here, about 15 to 20 miles an hour, we're going to be feeling a little bit cooler than that. I don't think we're going going to be feeling quite like we're in those lower 50s, but we will eventually get there. Some of us are already into the 50s, actually. Looking at our satellite radar, it's something we've been seeing all week this week since that Sunday storm came through our area. It's this same system that we're seeing finally move over to the north of us right now. The low pressure center is finally right over to our north, and you can see it's still spinning very, very widely. Most of it right now is starting to get over towards the coast. They do actually have a chance for more severe weather on the east coast today, but we're still seeing the effects of these long arms, you might want to call them, move right on through our area here. As I stop this, you can really see finally it's over here towards our northeast, but these long arms of the waves of rain are still going to be moving back through our area today, and even still seeing some of them tomorrow, just because they're so long that they're going to be continuing to reach us here in mid-Missouri. Right now, we're still seeing one of them start to approach our area. Most of us are just seeing a lot of cloud cover, but we are seeing just a few sprinkles start to move in, and we can expect that throughout the rest of our afternoon and even into our evening. Looking at our big picture here, let's show this moving. Finally, it's going to start moving a little bit farther towards the east for your day on Thursday, but we're still going to be seeing a little bit of rain from that here tomorrow afternoon, even less than today. So today we're going to be seeing less than yesterday. Tomorrow we'll be seeing less than today. So a little bit of a downward trend here in our rain. We're also seeing winds over here from the west tomorrow, and we're really watching for this high pressure system to move in, because high pressure is stable atmosphere, and it's finally going to be moving in as we head towards our day on Friday, which means we're going to be seeing some sun and some warmer temperatures thanks to these southerly winds, and that's really setting us up for a very, very nice weekend that we have in store. Tonight, though, we still have to get through the next couple of days. So 38 here overnight tonight, a chilly one for us. Definitely northwest winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour, mostly cloudy out there, and we should be mostly dry, especially after midnight tonight as we get into our overnight hours. Then as we head towards our day tomorrow, a mostly dry morning for us, and then in the afternoon, another chance for a few spotty showers. I would almost want to say even just some spotty sprinkles here tomorrow afternoon, but another dreary one for us, and 55 for your high on Thursday. Then seeing some sun here on your Friday, 63 for your high temperature. And then as we head towards your weekend, I said it's looking nicer, plenty of sunshine, and temperatures getting up into the 70s. And look at next week, getting back up to those 80s finally. Well, luckily, we're just seeing a few showers here in mid-Missouri, but severe storms continue to roar throughout the southeast. And the National Weather Service rightfully is actually, they are telling people that it's not over yet. CNN's Martin Savage reports on the storms.
Breaking overnight, a third round of severe weather barreling through the southeast, spawning a deluge. The Florida Panhandle pummeled by over 9 inches of rain and a massive thunderstorm. At least 65,000 lightning strikes light up the night sky. Alabama hit hard yet again. Flash flooding taking over streets and neighborhoods in Mobile, Alabama, inundated with 12 inches of rain.
It's touching down. It's touching down.
On Tuesday, at least one tornado and multiple funnel clouds were spotted in central North Carolina.
There's all sorts of stuff falling out of the sky.
Visible from space, the massive 3-day storm system tearing through large swaths of the south.
No.
Packing a mile-wide EF4 tornado. Survivors barely making it out alive.
The moment of death was just an inch away.
Mississippi and Alabama still reeling from Monday's widespread destruction. Homes pulverized, cars tossed around on the side of the roads, and tens of thousands still without power.
We've got a big problem with power poles down all over the southwestern portion of the county.
The tornado outbreak claiming at least 35 lives since Sunday, including 21-year-old John Servati, a member of the University of Alabama swim team, after a retaining wall in his basement collapsed.
It was just unreal. The wind came up and it just roared. Just roared.
Put a trip to Vintage Hill Farm at the top of your list for your gardening this spring. Vintage Hill offers 1,600 varieties of annuals, tropicals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. They have the best new plants as well as old-fashioned favorites. A dazzling collection of hanging baskets and containers will add instant beauty to your outdoor living space. Beginning gardeners and plant connoisseurs alike are welcome at Vintage Hill Farm, 6 miles northwest of the Boonville Bridge on Highway 87.
If you haven't been to Compton's Liquidation Center, then you don't know savings. The story's big. 4 acres under one roof. Compton's Liquidation Center is the low price leader with prices of half or less than retail stores. Ashley Furniture, Sutherland Mattresses, LG Appliances, name brand clothing, home decor, toys, and so much more. Inventory and specials that change every week. Don't wait to check out the savings at Compton's Liquidation Center in Macon and Smithville.
It's super simple. Sign and drive. It's never been easier than now to walk in, pick a car, pick a payment, sign, and drive. An award-winning Chevy Malibu, $249 a month, or a Chevy Cruze, $226 a month. At Bob McCosh, we want to be your hero by giving you zero. That's zero security deposit, zero down payment, and zero first payment. Find new roads to #1 business loop in Columbia. Chevrolet makes the car and truck. Bob McCosh makes the difference.
Do you want to reduce fine lines, wrinkles, and cellulite, all without cosmetic surgery? Dr. Bauer's expert staff can make you look younger and improve the overall quality of your skin. Beautiful Image Facial and Body Sculpting, exclusively at Bauer's Chiropractic.
Show the special mom and grad in your life how much you love them. Stylish Spartina handbags, scarves, and jewelry sold exclusively at S. Stewart Home are guaranteed to make them smile. Located next to Kohl's, S. Stewart Home. Affordable fine living.
The National Weather Service has determined an EF1 tornado touched down in Alabama on Monday with winds up to 100 miles an hour. The twister was more than 8 football fields wide and 3 miles long. CNN's John Pepke reports on the damages.
When Monday's tornado hit Kimberly, Fire Chief Brian Gober huddled in the fire station with his wife and 2 others.
Probably lasted, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds. It got real loud. You could hear stuff crashing, banging all around. I opened that door right there, and all I could see was sky and debris on top of our trucks.
About 200 yards away, the roof of the original Kimberly Church of God Chapel was transplanted onto the parking lot.
All I see is memories, but I know at the end of the day, this is just a building, and the church is the church body, and we're gonna rebuild and keep serving God in our community.
Some of the storm's largest calling cards, especially here in Kimberly, are huge uprooted trees. Monday's strong wind slammed trunks down all over the community, splitting some homes in two and lifting others right off the ground. This tree lifted Robin Welshin's home while she held on to her son with all her strength inside.
I'm a 3-time cancer survivor, and you can't replace life. Anything on this earth that money can buy, you can replace it. But how are you going to replace someone?
It's a cool lady keeping it in perspective. Both Welshins and her son were not hurt in that tornado. Some schools have already had prom, and this may make some of the kids at home a little jealous. Some students definitely got a special surprise for their prom. What was it? We'll talk more about it coming up.
It's been a long winter. Now it's out with the cold and in with outdoor living. Many styles and combinations to choose from. In stock, on sale. Only at Oak Express, inside Furniture Row.
Laser Lanes is offering weekly summer camps from June 9th to August 7th. Camp includes lunch daily, volleyball, mini golf, laser tag, and more. Youth futsal and basketball leagues are now forming at the corner of Highway 63 and Grindstone Parkway. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
The Schaefer House, simply perfect, one-of-a-kind home accents. Create an oasis with a complete new look or small additions to your bedroom. Our rooms are filled with the details that define your style. The Schaefer House, Jefferson City.
Truck Month continues at your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealer. If you haven't seen or driven the new 2014 Silverado, now is the time. Get to your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealer during Truck Month. Together with their Chevy Open House event and GM supplier pricing, these are the best new Silverado prices yet. Save over $8,000 total value on Silverado 1500 Double Cab All-Star Edition. These offers will not be extended and are only good through April 30th. So get to your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealer today.
The KOMU-8 weather app puts the power of live Doppler 8 first alert weather right in the palm of your hand. Track storms with interactive radar, check today's hour-by-hour forecast, or look ahead to the 10-day forecast. Get weather alerts right on your phone or tablet. The best part is it's all customizable to your specific location. Just enter your zip code to find out what's happening right where you are. Go to the App Store or Google Play Store to download the free KOMU-8 weather app. It's coverage you can count on.
The deals just got even better at Furniture Row. For 6 days only, get 60 months no interest. Complete your room in style with a Dream Deal package and get a free HD TV. Hurry in. This amazing offer ends Wednesday, April 30th. Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
A prom night filled with surprises teens will never forget. NBC's Steve Steger takes a look into an unforgettable dinner.
On prom night, everything's got to go just right.
It's one of those memories that, you reflect back on it whenever you're, 50 or 60 and you just think, that was a really fun time.
Any good date will tell you the dinner's an important part of those memories.
We were trying to pick a good restaurant, something that would be fun.
High school seniors Josh Voiles and his friend Jesse Fink picked what they thought was the perfect spot, a restaurant with a view and ambiance. Nerves aside, the group was having a great time.
We're just laughing a lot, I guess.
We could hear people talking around the restaurant like, oh, they're so cute, they're going to their senior prom or whatever.
Josh had scallops. Jesse ordered the steak. Their dates stuck to salad.
So we thought they were still paying, so we figured we wouldn't get something super expensive.
But little did they know, as they were sitting there eating that special dinner, there was someone just a few steps away, here at the bar, watching them, about to make that dinner even more memorable.
The waiter came by and picked up the little, I don't know what they're called, the little folder thing that you're supposed to put your card in. And he hands me my card back and he's like, oh yeah, the couple at the bar decided to take your guys' ticket.
They came over and we introduced ourselves afterwards, and they said they just had a blast watching us, and it brought back memories from their senior proms.
It was one of my favorite parts of the night. I thought it was pretty, that's super cool that they did that for us.
The group says they had the money to pay the $75 check, but now they're in a different kind of debt, one they plan on paying off.
When we see an opportunity for it, we'll definitely jump in for it, and just to pass it along, someone else can enjoy the great experience that we got to share.
Prom night is all about making memories. For this group, it's a night they'll never forget.
Paying it forward, that is awesome, and it surely will be something they'll remember. Let's check out today's Red Carpet Report.
Hey everyone, I'm Teague Julie Panko. Let's take a look at what's buzzing in Hollywood. There is still hope on the horizon for ladies looking to marry into royalty. Prince Harry and girlfriend Cressida Bonas have reportedly split. The two have been dating for 2 years, and there were rumors Harry was going to propose. Buckingham Palace has not commented on reports of the breakup. And NBC announced today the addition of a new judge for the upcoming season of The Voice. No Doubt's lead singer Gwen Stefani will be filling in for Christina Aguilera as Aguilera prepares to have her second child this summer. The Grammy winner, maybe best known for her hit solo Holla Back Girl, will be joining singer-producer Pharrell Williams as the newbies in the coaching lineup. Judging veterans Blake Shelton and Adam Levine will also return in the fall. And One Direction takes a break from their worldwide tour to visit one of the world's wonders. The boy band arrived in Cusco Tuesday to a group of screaming Peruvian fans. One Direction spent the afternoon at Machu Picchu. The boys were spotted enjoying the scenery and taking photos with fans. And that's it for your Red Carpet Report.
See those cool gadgets and that sleek TV? Well, now, get the technology you need to power them at a great price from CenturyLink. Your link to Prism TV, with over 140 channels of sports, movies, local news, you name it. And up to 20 megs of super fast internet for less than $85 a month for 6 months. And when you bundle both, you'll save over $600 a year. CenturyLink Prism TV offers you a whole home DVR that lets you watch and record multiple shows at once, and a wireless set-top box that lets you put your TV virtually anywhere. CenturyLink Prism replaces cable and satellite. So call 855-245-9238 to bundle both and save over $600 a year. Call 855-245-9238 today. CenturyLink Prism. The future is here.
It's raining savings right now at Joe Machens Fiat. April showers have sprung up super discounts, up to 33% off a new Fiat 500. Just $12,999 puts you in this great car. 0% financing plus no payments until fall. Or go topless in a new Fiat 500 Pop Cabrio. Just $18,999 plus 0%, 0 down, and under $300 a month. And a must-see, the hot new larger Fiat 500L. Joe Machens Fiat 500 Vandiver and 24/7 FiatUSAofColumbia.com.
Where can you find 6,000 local businesses with just one click? EverythingMidmo.com. It will help you decide where to eat, where to shop, where to find any kind of service. Plus, it gives you maps, business hours, coupons, and more. It's a search engine for everything local. Use from home, from work, or mobile. One click gives you everything. Everything Midmo. Bookmark it and go.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's 12:26 right now, and taking a quick look back at your weather, we are seeing those scattered showers start to move back into the area. We're going to see that throughout the afternoon. Very scattered. Some of us really just seeing some sprinkles from this. And then as we look at our temperatures, 49 right now in Columbia, 50 in Jefferson City, 51 in Boonville, and 49 at Mexico. We are going to get into the lower to mid 50s here for most of us across the entire area today. And tonight getting down to about 38 degrees. It's going to be a bit of a chilly one out there, definitely. Mostly cloudy and northwest winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Looking at the next couple days, May starts tomorrow officially, and it's going to be a slow warm up into our weekend. It's looking like a pretty nice one here eventually after we get out of tomorrow. Angie.
A really good weekend. Thanks a lot, Kenton. Residents living at the Providence Suite in Columbia had to move out today. KOMU-8's Maddie Heidenreich is live there.
Some people living in these apartments have already moved out, like the rooms 113 and 114 here at the Providence Inn and Suites. Other people I talked to today are in the process of moving out and loading up their vehicles here at the Providence Inn. Now, people were told about 1 month ago that they would have to move out by today because there would be some inspections for Friday. The city is planning on coming Friday morning to inspect the property. Now, there is one person interested in purchasing the property, and if the city goes ahead and approves that, there may be a new owner here. Reporting live in Columbia, Maddie Heidenreich, KOMU 8 News.
Thanks, Maddie. And here's what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 5 o'clock. Could gamblers get more credits? Some Missouri lawmakers are trying to help casinos, and the National Rifle Association wants more women to be instructors. Join us for these stories and a lot more on KOMU 8 News coming up at 5 o'clock. Now, people don't normally use clotheslines for this by any means. It's really not a good idea, I will tell you. Firefighters in eastern China rescued a woman from a clothesline hanging off a residential building. China Central TV says a woman was seen sitting on top of a clothesline when the bar she was sitting on started bending. Oh my goodness. Firefighters broke into her home and then saved her. It's unclear how she ended up out there, but did decline to answer any questions. Surely she was just hanging something, accidentally kind of fell forward. That's my hope.
Maybe she just wanted to, you know, relax and
That's
enjoy
terrible. No, I hope that's not true, or that any other substance was involved in that poor decision. Hoping it's an accident. The producer keeps going, no, she was drinking. No, she was drinking. I don't know how he knows that from China, but apparently that's part of the story we left out for you. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Have a good day. Okay, Access Hollywood is next to see you.
One more KOMU too.
Yeah.
Cody's like, yeah.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, ask yourself this. Do I really want to get the most money